One and welcome back, everybody. It's Blast Sports. I'm your host Jay, and today I got my guest in the building. Introduce yourself, sir.
What's up, everybody? My name is Gus Young. I am 19 years old and I'm from Australia.
So you're a professional bodybuilder, if I'm correct, right?
Amateur at the moment. Yeah, low level amateur.
Okay. So
with a
how
with
does
a.
one go from becoming a professional? Excuse me, coming from an amateur to becoming a professional.
So there's a multitude of shows that you have to. There's different levels of shows that you have to win in order to earn your pro status. So I know here in Australia, you can do. We have our regional shows, which then qualify you for if you win your class or an overall, that qualifies you for the Australian Grand Prix or like a pro qualifier show. And then that is where you can, if you win an overall title there, that's when you earn your pro status. And I know it's pretty similar over in the States. They have the NPC Nationals, North Americans. What else do they have? Junior USAs and the USAs, yeah. So you have to win an overall title there.
So I see that you're a young man,
Yes, sir.
and you made a decision with your life at a young age,
That's correct.
which I applaud you for. A lot of people don't do that. How hard is it to stay dedicated?
If I'm being honest with you, man, it's really not that hard at all. I love this lifestyle. I love everything about it. And, I I prepare for it and I plan for it, and that way, it's easy for me to stay on track. I love this. It's as crazy as that sounds. I love the monotony of it. I love the discipline of it. It's someone could someone could say, hey, let's go out, or here, man, have a beer. Here, have a piece of cake or something like that. And I'm always going to say no because that's just not me. It's just not who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a very rewarding lifestyle. People may view it as hard, but I love it, man. So for me, it's really not that difficult.
That's awesome that you know what you want to do. But in terms of advice for somebody else coming up, what would you tell them?
you need to you need to understand if it is truly something that you want, because on those days where you don't feel like doing it, that's when you're going to find out if it is something that you want to do or not. Because passion will take you further than anything. I believe that 100%. Obviously, especially within the game that I am in, genetics play a big role. You know, some people say politics, whatever else. But at the end of the day, the only thing that is going to matter is your passion and the amount of effort that you put into your daily life, from your sleep, from your training, from your nutrition, like everything. If you're going to the gym half-assed, you don't train half-assed, man. You train to get better. You train for a purpose. It's to if there's one thing, is that passion will take you further than anything else.
So you've been training for some time, and I understand with bodybuilders, it's about placement.
Yes.
How stressful is that?
Um. If not, I mean, to an extent, but it goes back to that thing that it's fail to prepare, to prepare to fail. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, if you have all your ducks lined in a row, then it's of course you're going to be stressful if you're running around wondering, can I get meals in here? What do I have to eat? But if you have everything prepped out, all your meals prepped, you're like, all right, I know what I'm eating today. I know what I'm training today. I know when I'm training today. It takes a lot of that stress away. Um, even when I go to work, I work two jobs, but it's really not that stressful for me because I have everything packed. I know what I'm training on that day. I know I stick to a routine. I stick to my schedule. So again, man, it's really not that stressful. They're pretty generic answers, and I'm sorry, but
No. It's
it's
not. It's an honest
it's
answer, and I respect that.
it's true. I was told that fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. So
They always say it's better to be ready, excuse me, it's better to stay ready so that way you always are ready.
Exactly, 100%.
So who do you admire in the fitness world?
Oh, dude, listen, I have way too many at the that I could list to give you one person. So I'll give you a top five.
Perfect.
Currently, within the current circuit, my favorite people to look for, probably Sean Clarita and Brett Wilkin. Those two are, people that I look towards, not only in training, because they train like absolute beasts, they train like animals, but also within like a mindset aspect. Sean Clarita, he's like 5'1", or so they say, and he's able to place in, as we just seen in the Prague Pro, against open guys who outweigh him by hundreds of pounds, who are taller than him, but through his consistent effort and applied consistency, year after year, day after day, just grinding in and out, he's able to, beat and place among some of the biggest and best bodybuilders in the world. And it's the same as Brett Wilkin. He built himself up from just a scrawny little, I say scrawny little, but a smaller classic physique guy, and he's now competing amongst the best open bodybuilders in the world. And so that, whilst that I do take that aspect from them, two people that I that probably inspired me the most are Phil Heath and Dorian Yates. Those two just have that, um, just like the killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? It's by any means necessary. And I think Dorian is someone that I look to also, not like obviously his training, but his perspective on life is, if you if you can be disciplined within bodybuilding, you can apply that to many things also, which is indicative of, he's won 6 Sandow trophies, and he now owns, a successful company, supplement company, and all these different business adventures and avenues. And it's the same as Phil Heath. It takes a very special person to win a Mr. Olympia, but it takes an even bigger, like a different breed to win 7 in a row. So I think that within itself is pretty inspirational. I also loved how he used to call himself the Dream Killer. That was pretty cool.
I
So
was a big Sean Ray fan.
Sean Ray,
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I like him.
yeah,
I think he's a
he has
phenomenal.
he has he has one of the most beautiful physiques, and his posing routines was awesome. I remember watching one. Actually, I watched it the other night. He was posing to Mariah Carey. That was I forgot what Olympia that was, but it was pretty cool. If we're talking purely physiques, I think I love Dennis Wolf. Do you know Dennis Wolf?
No, no, no.
Oh, he's a taller guy like myself, so his physique is something that I definitely look to as well. Ronnie, obviously Ronnie.
Yeah, obviously everybody
Yeah,
knows Ronnie.
yeah. Jay's probably also, I don't. He's
Jay was good. Jay was up there.
Jay was up there. Um, dude, there's so many underrated physiques. Flex Roden, like Sean
Yes.
Roden. I don't think he gets anywhere near the amount of credit he deserves. Chris Cormier as well. He was pretty stellar back in the day. You had even guys, even like most of the guys in the '90s. I looked at all of those guys. Um, have you heard, like obviously Lavroni, Charles Clement is someone I like as well. But yeah, sorry, dude. I went off on a tangent.
No, 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 no. That's good. That's good. I was just looking up Dennis Wolf now, and I saw who he was.
Oh, you seen him?
Yeah, I just googled him. I know who he is.
Yeah, 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 yeah. What do you think? He's a freak, isn't he?
Yeah, it's definitely a freak. I remember him.
That's
What is
that's
your
German
biggest
engineering
inspiration
behind it.
for going into this industry? Because
Sorry.
bodybuilding, what is your biggest inspiration? Your biggest inspiration into going into this industry? Because bodybuilding is not, no offense, and there's no offense to any sport. That's not an easy sport to get into.
No, sir. Is that bodybuilding is a very niche thing, and I think, but I think one of my main drivers for this is obviously like I love the sport of bodybuilding, and I love the sport of competing and whatever else. But I think that you'll find a lot of bodybuilders say this. They get into bodybuilding due to the training. My love and my passion is getting down and dirty in the gym.
Mhm.
I I use the gym and bodybuilding as my outlet to kind of explore new limits for myself. I want to see not only what my body can endure, but what my mind can, what I can put my mind through. That to me was the initial allure because I used to play rugby, um, and it wasn't until I actually quit rugby that I realized and look back on it, I never really enjoyed playing. I always enjoyed the training because to me the training was actually harder than the game. Um, but I also found that the individual component of bodybuilding kind of kind of made a lot more sense to me, and I found it to be a lot more appealing because you can you can compete against all of these guys, but you can have a coach that tells you what to do. But at the end of the day, it's you putting in those reps, it's you eating the meals, doing your cardio, sleeping. It is all down to you. Win, lose or draw, you have the ability to control that outcome. Um, so I think so between the individual aspect component and the ability to just find new limits within yourself is what really drew me to this sport, and that's why I continue to pursue it day in day out.
No, no, that makes sense.
if that
Now,
if that wasn't a big long-winded answer.
no, it was a great answer. But a lot of people have an exit plan when they
Yes,
enter
sir.
bodybuilding. Are you preparing yourself for your exit plan?
In all honesty, it hasn't really crossed my mind because in my head I haven't even started. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I obviously there's things that I want to do post competing in, but I at this point in time I don't have a set exit plan for. But I can give you an example. I'm currently studying. Um, I will start studying a bachelor in exercise science,
Hmm.
and I want to get a certification in strength and conditioning, so I can create programs, training programs for professional teams, and hopefully one day work for like an NFL club or something like that, or maybe go down the route of starting my own supplement business or supplement company, or you know um, workout gear and apparel, or like lifting
Gotcha.
belts and stuff like that. But for now, man, I'm honestly just focusing on the entry plan as opposed to the exit plan.
Gotcha. You're pretty much enjoying the process.
Yes, sir. I believe it's. I've got years ahead of me within this sport. At least 20 years ahead of me within this sport. So I'm just focused on taking it one day at a time, and you know, just one foot in front of the other.
I got now. Here's a question. Everyone has a alter ego they use when they do certain things. Do you have an alter ego?
Uh yeah, I do. I don't. By alter ego, do you want me to give you like a name or like a character? But or you
Yeah, that's
just
fine. You could go with that.
it's not like a it's You know how some people say like Michael Myers, like Jason Voorhees, or something like that. I think that's pretty generic. You've seen the movie Venom, yeah?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that for me that's kind of my when I'm in the gym, when I'm training, or I'm getting after something. That's my Venom, But the rest of the time I'm like Eddie Brock, like. But when I'm in the gym, yeah, like I'm Venom or something. That mask comes on, dude, and it's don't talk to me, boy. I'm training. I'll talk to you after it. Like or when I'm eating, or when I'm doing my cardio, it's the same thing, man. That's kind of my alter ego, But
Do,
yeah.
do you when you're working on the gym, and I might be one of those people that do it myself, but do you find people looking at you and admiring your amazing physique? And if so, does it make you feel somewhat uncomfortable to have all those eyes on you?
Um, in all honesty, it's probably not the physique aspect. It's probably the amount. Like it's the holy shit. Like look at that dude. What's he doing over there? Like, how heavy are those dumbbells? Like that aspect, and it can get a little bit especially after you finish the set. Like when I'm in that set, I don't notice anything. I'm locked in. I'm tunnel vision. I'm lasered in on that thing. But you drop those dumbbells and you go over, you do something else, and then that's when you come to and you realize like, oh, these people are kind of looking at me. That it's a little bit like, oh, uh, you know, yeah, that's cool. But I just kind of brush it off and keep on going.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Now, so I'm gonna wrap this up now because, like I said before, I gotta do things with my son. It's Sunday. I get his
Dude,
homework
yeah,
ready.
man,
But
yeah, it's all good.
definitely want to bring you back in a month from now to see where you stand, and and
Yes, sir.
and we could follow up on how everything is going with you, if you're open
Well,
for that.
that's awesome because obviously I have plans to compete next year. I'll officially start my prep for that in May. So I'm happy to keep on getting in here and documenting the whole thing for you, dude. So
Oh, perfect,
that
perfect. And there you go. We'll document everything, and we'll start rocking and rolling.
I think that sounds awesome.
Sounds awesome, man. So I will see you in 30 days. Better yet, we'll do it in January, and we'll take it from there.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate your time, man.
Hey,
Thanks,
listen,
brother.
man. No, thank you for having me on. This means a lot.
Thank you, man. First person on my YouTube podcast, and I really appreciate that.
Thank you very much, man. I hope I delivered.
You definitely did.